This is part 4 of the CCC Reporting Tool Training Series. In this tutorial, we will be covering using the slicers and parameters on the report pages. The first time you navigate to a page per session, your report is going to be already subset to show 2008 data, and you can tell this by seeing that it says time period 2008 right here. Any of the words that when you hover over turn blue and show a hand mean that you can click on them and make changes. So for example, if we wanted to change the report to a different time period, we would click on 2008 and a pop-up would appear with our choices of what we can filter our report by. You can use the plus signs next to it to expand down to quarter and then down to month. I'm going to choose January 2008 and click OK. And now our report will change to January 2008, and that change will be reflected in the title. We can also change what we want to summarize this report by. Our choices are visits, our patients. And once again, the change will be reflected in the title. And then I can also select which age grouping I want to have on my rows. Right now, it's using the default age grouping that we've used in previous management reports that we've mailed out. But there's also one other in here, and if there is a need for any other custom age groupings, they can easily be added to the tool. They'll just need to be submitted as a request. So as you see, when I selected the different age grouping option in here, it reflected the change in the crosstab. If I would like to select multiple values for the report, for example, if I would like to show the report for January and February, I could click on January again, and this time I will hold down the Control key while I'm selecting, and it'll allow me to highlight 2 items in the list. And then when I hit OK, you'll now see that it is showing both January and February summed together. I can also easily remove any selections I've made by clicking on it again, scrolling to the top of the pop-up, highlighting the All line, and hitting OK. And then there will be no filter on time in this chart. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and select a value before we proceed to the next page. I'm going to select Q1 2008. And I am now going to navigate to a different reporting page. And you'll see that the value I just selected, Q1 2008, carried over from the previous page. And this will apply to any of your selections. You also see that there are a couple more choices on this page than we had on the previous one, and the choices on each page are dependent on whether they are appropriate for the report on that page. So in here we also have gender, race, and then you'll see that the age grouping is a little bit different in here because age groupings are not part of the crosstab. They work a little bit differently, and so I would want to select from the list which age grouping I'm interested in, and then click on Select Age, and then I could select an age group or groups to filter on. If I select 0 to 12, our crosstab will update to show 0 to 12. If I now decide that I want to use a grouping from the other age group, I will first need to take the filter of 0 to 12 off by selecting All, and then highlight the other age grouping, click Select Age, and highlight 1 to 18, and click OK. If I do not do that, it will actually retain both selections, and the crosstab will reflect the intersection of the 2 age groupings. If you forget to do this, you can very easily flip back to the other age grouping and remove the selection to remedy it. I am now going to navigate to a different reporting page to demonstrate parameters. So I'm going to go to the prescriptions page. And any page that has parameters will have a little parameters box pop up in the middle when you first come in. And this is just a pop-up so you can move it over to make sure it doesn't block the crosstab. And you'll see that in the box it says top 10 prescriptions. So that means that this is setting the parameter that it's only going to show you the top 10 prescriptions. If you wanted to show more than that, you would use this little slider, and you see as I slid it over to the right, it moved to top 15, and if I click it again it'll go to top 20, so it moves in 5 increments. And once I reach the number that I want to show, I hit apply, and then my crosstab will now have 20 prescriptions instead of 10. And if you want to get rid of the box, if you're doing a print screen or anything, you can hit close. And then it's very easy to bring back by using in the bottom left hand corner the 4th button over. Clicking that will bring the pop-up back. This concludes part 4 of the training series. This should give you enough information to start playing around in here, and you don't have to worry about breaking anything because it's a website and none of the changes you make will affect any other users. So please feel free to play around. We will continue to publish videos that continue to show the other features in here, or feel free to contact us if you have any questions.